Hey everyone, this is TheNotSoSadPanda here saying hello. And this thing right behind me is the Not So Sad Panda car. So let's enter the Sad Panda because this is actually literally called the Sad Panda. So this is my car, literally and figuratively, and it beats the hell out of everyone else's car. So we're going to be going over some more things today. This is the review for Saints Row. So it has my final impressions, other things that were not covered in the previous video, because obviously didn't quite get to them yet. But first things first, we're going to go get a golden Sid. Sid is a character you get later on. This one will have minor spoilers, by the way. And this is a golden Sid. What this does is completely reset your notoriety. Much like defeating a general, we'll see if we can actually start enough shit to get a general here. Which a good way to do that, well, let's go ahead and, I'll go ahead and get in a car, or a vehicle. Yeah, let's get the mech suit. Okay. So as you can see, I do have a quite, different things to choose from now. To call in, I do have mech suit, I do have more cars, and I do have a reset for notoriety as well. So, if I choose to do that, I can. But why? When you're this bad, why bother? So yeah, we're going to be going over a couple more things. Some of these things were almost immediately after, like, the next mission. I did my my first impressions. I found some of these other things out. For instance, there's one of the alien cop cars, which are awesome. I want all the cars to be Tron. I wish that was like a thing I could do, just make them all Tron-like, like the alien cars. But we can't. At least not to my knowledge I can. Maybe it'll be a DLC thing. Tron-only mode or something. As you can see, I'm just doing mayhem as I'm getting sidetracked as well. But yes, there are... Zinyak does have a backstory. And actually there is an interactive book collectible you can get. There are 8 of them. And you can find out a little bit more about him and his reign and how he came to be. So you can do that. Also, there is this power suit or mech suit or whatever you want to call it. The boss calls it Robot or the Mr. President, whatever you want to refer to him as. Because I don't know if he has a name other than, like, you know, Leader of the Saints or, you know, things like that. I'm not sure if that's a thing. But anywho's. There are lots of mini games in here. I found out about quite a few more of them, and here comes in a general. Excuse me, I do have stuffy nose today. I have no clue why. But yeah. Some of them are really cool, like the Superpowered Fight Club and Mom, I think it is, where you use your superpowers, kind of like a toss-em game, kind of, I guess is what you would say. Like you have to throw people through rings and stuff like that, and obviously Superpowered Fight Club is Fight Club for people that have superpowers. So that's a lot of fun. I wish the whole game was like that, because a lot of times in the game I'm often find myself thinking, you know, these people aren't, you know, powerful enough. Like, I'm kind of just mowing through everyone, with the exception of the generals. But even with, you know, some of the weapons, especially the special alien weapons, are actually really overpowered. And of course the America gun is, as a pre-order bonus, or game bonus, or whatever you want to call it. And it is overpowered. Like, I'm really surprised it actually took as long as it did to take down that particular general. I'm really surprised. But there's all kinds of cool alien guns while I'm talking about alien guns. You have the black hole gun, which just sucks things into it. You have this disintegrator, I think it's called, where you just point it at people, and it fires a blast and it disintegrates them if it actually hits them. Very cool weapon, kind of hard to, successfully get off, but, that's a thing. Also, you have the Inflato gun. There's lots of other guns, but these are just the ones I happen to have on me. And that one just inflates the person until they explode, which, pretty awesome if you ask me. Cha-cha-cha. There are, like I said, there's a lot of cool mini games, but excuse me. Some of them are actually superpower based. Like, you can't actually get and/or unlock certain upgrades for your superpowers unless you complete the mini games, which is a little bit of a pain. But a lot of the mini games, or actually quite a few of them, not all of them, but a few of them are actually mandatory for missions, like for your primary story missions. And there's only 40 some odd main story missions, I guess. So that's a little bit of a letdown. It makes the game much shorter if you're not actually going and aiming for these. So that's the thing. But you do get some really cool upgrades. One of them is detect hidden things. Like, you can obviously see that over there where I'm pointing at right now. But if you look on the map, it also shows me where it is, which is an ability unlocked from doing one of the mini games. I don't think it was one of the mandatory ones for story, but it's there. Also, this game is not perfect. I'm not gonna lie to you and tell you, oh my god, yeah. I mean, don't get me wrong, I really enjoyed it, and I would recommend it to somebody in a heartbeat. But, it does have problems of its own. For instance, other than Matt and, what's his name? Johnny Gat. You don't actually ever rescue any of your other friends from Zinyak, like, physically. Like, everyone else just appears on your ship. So it's like, what did I do to get them out, or how come these guys were the only two guarded people? You know what I mean? Just a little strange, I think. And over there's a Zinyak statue just destroyed. That was also hidden on the map. If you didn't notice, it was a little Zinyak skull. But I guess every game has little story and plot holes. I mean, there are points in which you can tell that this was started off maybe being extended DLC, but then there's other times you can honestly tell, like, that they were trying to make it something more at the same time. So it's a strange feeling. Kind of reminds me of Dead Island Riptide, where it wasn't. It was more than DLC, but it wasn't quite enough to be an expansion. And then sort of the feeling I get with this, just off base how the story and the leveling design goes. But I've never played Saints Row 3, so I couldn't say that for certain. I do know that the previous Saints Row games are very different than this one. But, in my opinion, this one definitely takes the cake. Like, I would definitely, I get the same feeling with this one as I did with The Last of Us, they're completely two different genres, but, it's one of those things, like, I happen to really, really like it, and it's lots of fun, and all that, and I would definitely, recommend it to other people, but like I said, it does have problems. And I think the biggest problem with this one for most people would be the fact that it's nothing like the Saints Row games. It's very different. But there's all kinds of, Cool little things. This is definitely a game for nerds, I feel. There's all kinds of references, and there's even maps and worlds designed around certain things. Like there's an 8-bit world. There's a level where the president, the leader of the Saints, the guy you play that I'm rushing around right now, becomes infected by a stripper virus, and he does a sexy dance. And it is the most entertaining, hilarious thing in the world. He's like, he's just like, not right now. I need to dance. So that's funny. There's a Splinter Cell level, which I personally found extremely hilarious because Splinter Cell came out the same day that this game came out. And it does have, the level is designed to make fun of Splinter Cell. There's a lot of levels or a lot of missions like that where it has references to a movie, a TV show, a video game, even sometimes mocking that TV show, movie, and video game, which I had previously had discussed with you guys. Now, something I didn't know previously with this is towers. Towers are just there to climb. That's it. They help extend your reach in the virtual world, your purple reach. And actually, there's an audio log right there. I'm going to grab that. As you can see here, I do have it on collectibles right now, which is part of the power I did get, was the power to see and find collectibles, so I don't have to scour the world for them. I can just hop up upon them and get them at my leisure. So that's a thing.
What is she called? Helicopter.
Trying to think if there's anything else to say. Nah, not really. The game took me about 22 hours. That includes all the side missions, because actually I did do a great majority of the side missions before I started doing main story, because I was a little worried about doing just story mode, because I was only 3 hours in, and I think I had done 17 main story missions or something. Not 17, 12. 12 main story missions, and I was already 22% done with the game. So it was something I was worried about, so I did go ahead and do a lot of side missions, but like I said, the hacking, these mini games, all that are actually, some of them are part of the main story missions. So it's not necessarily something you have to do, but just know that if you're doing them on your own already, that you're going to be saving yourself just a little bit of time when it comes to story missions. Like, I know I was able to turn in like 3 or 4 story missions at a time because I had already, hacked this whole area, or I had already completed all the mini games that they wanted me to go do, or things like that. And yeah, it's a really good game. I do think if you're playing it for certain reasons, like the cars and planes, or to feel like a gangster, or anything like that, you're not really gonna maybe like this game. Like, this doesn't really necessarily apply to you in this one anymore, because you don't need your friends, you don't need the homies. There's no reason to call for enforcements, really. And if you really honestly need to, your friends become superpowered eventually, which, oh, that's a thing. Your friends do get superpowers, like you do. Also, there is an old Shandi, I don't want to, it's funny because I wrote a note saying old Shandi / new Shandi, and there is a part in the story where, Sin says, "Oh, old Shandi," or old Shandi, and she's like, "Oh, if you dare call me, new Shandi, I'm gonna whoop your ass," or whatever. And yeah, it was a reference to that or whatever, and it's funny because I wrote myself a note saying old and new Shandi. which I thought was hilarious. But yeah. Well, I forgot that. Let me see if there's... Is there anything else? Oh, the portals, the doors. The doors, oh my god. They make me want to murder people. Because you can't switch to what door you want to go to. Like, there are doors semi-strategically placed in this world that are exits and entrances into the virtual world. But you can't go to one door and like quick travel or teleport yourself to the one on, you know, the other side or whatever. You actually physically have to exit the simulation and then pick the one you want if that's what you want to do. And not like it's extremely hard to travel. I mean, the first level of sprint, you run faster than all the cars, unless of course you're upgrading all the cars and give them nitrous, or you have actually have an ability to give them all nitrous to begin with. But you know what I mean. Like even the fastest car in the game going full blast with nitrous, you run faster with the first upgrade. And definitely when you get to the third upgrade, which I think all of them get up, every power except for special bonus powers you get once or unlock through mini games, level up 3 times. So once you get to the third level, you know, that's it. So you could dash 3 times, you could super run 3 times, you can jump high 3 times, all that. But yeah. Oh, nitpick. Here we go. You have to, like I said, with the 3 power level up things, you have to like level up your superpowers, which I understand. I do understand. But for instance, with these powers, like ice, fire, mind control, things like that, same thing, you know. Telekinesis, telekinetic shock, life steal, smash. You have earth smash and gravity smash, and you have fire and ice and electric, like weapon charge slash. I guess you'd call it defense, because it's
getting to work faster. Next time you should run.
But I just don't understand it. Like, you have to upgrade it 3 times each power. So for ice, you need to upgrade the radius. For fire, you need to upgrade the radius. Why? Why? This one actually kind of pisses me off. Like, why not just make it more expensive and have it count for all the powers that are based around that central power? Like, if it's a stomp power, why does it matter if it's regular stomp, gravity, or shock? Like, why does it matter? Just, you know, increase my cost for the data clusters. There's a door, by the way, right here. And yeah, you can access getaway functions, which, yeah, I just want to go to other doors. I don't want to go to other places. But I just don't understand. Why not, you know, make it cost more instead of going ahead and having me upgrade it 3 times for the 3 different powers of it I get, or the 3 different like modes. It personally doesn't make any sense to me. Kind of annoys me actually a lot.
But Jessica,
but like, yeah. But in my opinion, it's a great game. I really like it. Like I said, if you like the other previous Saints Row games, this one could be a risk for you. Like I said, I kind of feel like it's more targeted for a nerd or pop culture referenced people or all that. I just don't think it's a very good gangster, whatever game. I mean, of course you could take cars if you want to, but why would you want to when you can run faster and like pick and throw them up? Uh, I don't get it. I get. I guess I don't have to get it. I guess it's the type of people. For instance, my brother. That was always the thing he kept saying. How come you don't take a car? I'm like, why do I need to take a car when I can run faster than the car? I just don't. I don't understand why I would take the car. Yeah, I don't. I don't know. But yeah, it's very funny. If you want a inappropriate, sexually humored superhero game, this is it. This is what you want to get. And yeah, that's all I really have to say about all that. So yeah, this has been the Not So Sad Panda. Signing off. Like, comment, subscribe, and I'm gonna go kill people with my lightsaber and call in Megatron, and we're gonna go destroy some stuff now. So I'll talk to you guys later. Bye.